Indianapolis. It's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Indianapolis Colts versus A.J. McCarron and the Houston Texans.
First opened back in 2008, there's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to run. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1
touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. And now the 3rd-year man out of NC State, it's Nyheim Hines. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He'll take a shot downfield for, and this is caught at the 20. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's one heck of a 3rd down conversion, a pickup of 39.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They run with Hines, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up.
Now it's Watson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Makes the score Colts 3, Texans nothing.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they want wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Under center, it will be the 6'3 quarterback from Alabama, A.J. McCarron.
And I'll bet right now there's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st down, Watson finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also move the sticks.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done.
2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. Open man is Trey Burton. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Out of the gun, Watson. They'll find Hines out of the backfield.
Watson's pass.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they're able to double their lead in this 1st half. It's 6-0.
Texans 0.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where did they go?
Anywhere and everywhere. But they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago.
He's got daylight. He's at the 40, 20, 10. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that, because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well. All right, if you're kicking field goals, that's great, but your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. Put the ball in the end zone and get sixes. That's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia, and trying to erase this deficit. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Watson. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. drawing the penalty. It's Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, they're going to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up past the 20. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. McCarron on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Indy set to go on offense once more. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From the 50, it's Watson.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw, Watson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson on the right side. It's Hilton with a catch. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Here's Watson from the gun on 3rd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. in the first half. And the Colts add on to their lead. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play, and that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And it's the Titans on top as that one draws close to halftime. Derrick Henry has a touchdown run. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they trail the visiting Bills in that ball game at halftime. John Brown, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the Jaguars as that one's gone to halftime. Mark Ingram has a touchdown there. In the game you're watching is Deshaun Watson, who is the star of the first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. And they start the second half with Johnson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They go to Johnson again. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun here, McCarron. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Johnson. Room here to run. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Again, the ball carrier. Kari Willis on the tackle.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
He was taken down by DeForest Buckner. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
a handoff to Johnson on the option. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Gain of 6. And
they'll keep it on the ground. Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson left, looking up at a 4th and 1. They run. It's Johnson. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. David Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Deshaun Watson making his way back out. The focus of our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well. But the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
A gain of 4.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hines. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
32-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Brings up
from the gun. Here's Watson. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Deshaun Watson.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
Yeah, the next-gen stats going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hines. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Watson to throw on third down. Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
First and 10. Here's A.J. McCarron. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Throwing again on second down. McCarron looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. 11 yards there, first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
It's second down and 10.
Again, they'll throw it with A.J. McCarron. And his throw is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's third down.
It's third down.
And McCarron to throw once more. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now from Colts territory, here's a first and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now here's McCarron again. Shakes off the but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Darren Lee in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
It's second down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Trying to improvise. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to throw, McCarron. just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
He was covered by Trey Van.
He's back to throw. Fighting through pressure. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hines. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Now it's Watson. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. McCarron and the Texans down 20-14, 45 seconds remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side complete. It's Johnson. No gain, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. McCarron, not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. They're going for it. It's McCarron. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Colts are going to win the football game. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire 2nd half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the 2nd half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Indianapolis, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they've plummeted now to 3